I think one of the most valid pins on Pinterest that I've ever seen is, what if you started a year ago? And to me, like, it's so cliche, but I've pinned it like 5 times because for some reason it really resonates with me. I think back personally to myself in this gym, what if I started a year ago? And I think about it, and one, the first thing, what would I have learned within that time frame? And 2, how many lives could I have helped in that process? So for me, ask yourself, what could it hurt? All you have to do is come through the doors. Other than that, no one is going to be able to force you. No one's going to be able to push you into those doors. It has to come down to you wanting to do it and actually doing it. You're not going to get hurt in the process. Just walk through the doors. The Phoenix was a bit of a learning process, actually. I knew I wanted something that was very cool looking. Something that had a significant meaning that everyone could relate to, as well as something that was Portland, Maine related. And so I started researching Portland, Maine, and I really found out a lot of interesting things, the most predominant being the Portland, Maine seal. And on the top of the seal was a phoenix. So I looked more into that. Also the phrase resurgam. Resurgam means I will rise again. And in and of that saying, I was like, that is such a cool saying. So I started digging deeper and deeper into the meaning of it. And come to find out, Portland, Maine was burned down 4 different times, one of which was left over 10,000 people without homes. And that in and of itself was just so mind-blowing to me. Now, to this day, Portland is the largest city in the state and probably one of the most sought-out cities to come to. So for me, it kind of dug into, this place burned down 4 different times, and it has risen to this point of excellence. And I think everyone can kind of relate to that in one way or another, being knocked down, standing back up, and continuing to push forward. So 1, it was everything to do with Portland. 2, our Phoenix is really awesome. And 3, everyone can kind of relate to the true meaning behind it. So that's why we chose the Phoenix, and I'm really happy we did so. The whiteboard, that goes back to Santa Cruz originating CrossFit. When you come in, that whiteboard holds who the people from the previous classes were, what they did, how well they did in the Metcon or the strength or skill portion. The whiteboard is a really big piece of CrossFit. It's old school, especially now with technology these days. There's things that like Wodify and WodHub and all these really fancy ways of writing down and logging down scores, but at Back Cove, we're really old school, and we like having that whiteboard up so you can see who came in at the 9 o'clock class, who came in at the 6 a.m. class, and it provides this really cool competitive nature for all the athletes in the gym. There's always that one person that you're always wondering what they got for a score, how many rounds did they get, how much did they crush that workout. And that's kind of fun to see people looking forward to that. It also provides this, like I said, competitive nature. You get to see and compare to other people, and it kind of provides that push to kind of, oh, I think I can kind of beat that person. It's always in good fun, and it's a healthy competitive, but the whiteboard kind of provides that nature. So the whiteboard is kind of a really big deal when it comes to CrossFit gyms.